So she's no longer gonna be unapologetically herself? Nah, say it ain't so.
Angel Reese is out of the WNBA for life. That's right, lifetime suspension. And why because obviously you believed you could get away with such a violation. Hell no, you thought you could miraculously become the next basketball great Caitlin Clark type of legend.
And Angel Reese knows a ring is coming.
But here's the plot twist, it didn't work. Not even close. Caitlin's still in a league of her own, and you while you're sitting on the sidelines permanently.
That was probably the hardest time of my life, just because I never took a break from basketball and I didn't realize mental health was important.
Believe it or not, Angel, you're not the only baller to travel this route to ruin. Does the name Rashard Lewis ring a bell? Back in 2009, this gentleman got nabbed for using performance-enhancing drugs. Peds thought he was slick until the suspension dropped and boom, career takes a whack. And how could we forget OJ Mayo? He was literally banned from the NBA for drug use. But guess what? Steroids didn't help them either. These guys juiced up, assumed they'd be dunking on everyone, and ended up getting bodied out of the league instead. Man, here you are, Angel, following the same playbook. But it's much worse because, girl, did you really believe steroids were going to make you the next Caitlin Clark? I mean, let's get serious here. Even juiced up, you still couldn't attain the same level of performance as her. Caitlin's out here making buzzer beaters seem like layups while you thought some injections were going to close that talent gap. Think again.
We'll give it up to Allen. They're going to give up that shot to her. Reese puts it up, count the bucket. Body bucket and one for Angel.
May have the best nose for the basketball in the W. Good job staying with their concentration on this finish. Nice tap by Camilla.
Let's call it what it is. You've been feeling the heat ever since Caitlin Clark entered the scene. Meanwhile, Angel, the excitement that once surrounded you started fading away. You were meant to be that next big WNBA star, but instead you found yourself living in Caitlin's shadow. She's out here dropping threes from the parking lot while you've been battling to keep up. So what does someone do when the pressure becomes too much, when you see your adversary outshining you at every turn? Apparently you decided to turn to steroids like that was going to be the great equalizer. Spoiler alert, it wasn't.
Degree of difficulty on this catch was big time. I don't know how she got herself shot ready in time, especially
Trailing 71-59. Angel Reese, what she got in her. Oh, she draws the contact. Get in there. Count it. Shy Barbie going to work.
One thing that Angel Reese is not going to do, and that's shy away from contact. She doesn't care if it's Nneka Ogwumike or someone from the SEC. She is going right through the chest of her defender. It's the standard
for this group last year.
Here's why this whole steroid approach was wrong from the start. But if you're enjoying this video, now's the time to like and subscribe to our YouTube channel. Watch. Caitlin Clark's greatness isn't something you can produce. You can't just inject a little strength and instantaneously create her fantastic court vision, her clutch gene, or her range that makes defenders weep. Those things come from talent and hard work, not from a vial. But fine, maybe you believed bulking up would make you stronger, faster, better on defense, except no amount of fake muscle could give you what Caitlin possesses. She's got a basketball IQ you can't teach. And guess what? No steroids can buy that either. Caitlin's game is predicated on finesse, keen instincts, and ice-cold resolve. You, on the other hand, we trying to outmuscle her. Newsflash: basketball isn't just about brute force.
Can't you just say she's doing the Moses Malone? Remember old Moses, one of your favorite big men? He'd get 18 rebounds, 7 of them from his own misses. Come on. But anyway, Jason, this is what we brought up a couple days ago. The aesthetic quality with Angel is simply not there. I'm not saying there's not a value to her game.
If there'd be no need for strategy for plays or for game plans. It's about skill and execution, and Caitlin's got that in spades. She's playing chess while you were out here bench pressing pawns. The truth is, Angel, your drive to be the best brought you to a place where cheating looked like the only way to compete, but it didn't make you a better player, it made you a poorer one. Instead of perfecting your skill, you chose shortcuts, and now look where that's got you: a lifetime suspension from the WNBA. Ouch, this is when we scratch our brains. Did you think anyone would find out the WNBA was just going to disregard the fact that you Went from 0 to 60 pretty quick. Steroids aren't subtle. Angel players suddenly looking up out of nowhere is a massive red flag. The WNBA isn't stupid, they recognize the signs. And once they got wind of this, you were done for. But honestly, even if you didn't get caught, would this truly have fixed your problem? Did you think getting bigger or stronger was going to miraculously help you shoot like Steph Curry or lock down on defense like Kawhi Leonard? Knock Caitlin Clark isn't overpowering you with physical strength. She's outthinking, outplaying, and straight up outclassing you on the court. Steroids were never going to help.
Minnesota Lynx team needed. Snatched her up from Chicago. Here goes Reese, penetrating with 6 points to go with her 8 rebounds.
I like when Angel Reese takes it off the bounce. I like her ability, her
Jones blocked by Reese. Gets her own miss. On top, Mabry shuffles it over. Evans for 3. Offensive rebound, put back and a foul.
That's what she does. NBA. One of the most prolific rebounds.
You with the Minnesota Lynx team needed picked her up from Chicago. Here goes Rihanna trading with 6 points to go with her 8 rebounds. I enjoy when Angel Reese takes it off the bounce. I appreciate her ability. Her music applause. Her Jones blocked by Rhea obtains her own miss on top. Mabry shuffles it over Evans for 3. Offensive rebound, placed back at a foul. That's what she does. WNBA, one of the most prolific rebounders.
And Angel Reese knows a ring is coming.
So now the WNBA has spoken. You're suspended for life, and the headlines are ablaze with this news, and you, Angel Reese, are left thinking, what now? The answer is simple. There's no getting back from the. Sure, you might try to re-establish your brand in some other league, maybe overseas, or in a less competitive atmosphere, but the harm has done. Your name is now attached to this scandal forever.
Carter against Horston. We're going to be watching that matchup all night long. Carter does a great job getting by Jordan there. Now on Agumake. Good.
Meanwhile, Caitlin Clark is undoubtedly looking at this whole thing and giggling. She didn't need steroids. She simply stayed on her grind, continued putting in the work, and now she's out here smashing records, cashing checks, and making sure her name goes down in basketball history. You tried to cheat the system, Angel, but in the end it only backfired.
Reese trying to seal inside. Reese the shovel. Cardoso the finish. Here's Stewart going to work on Reese. Gets partially blocked by Angel Reese. Reese running the floor. Oh, what a pass! Jonquel Jones on the money to Reese. Big to big.
Pass by Jonquel Jones right over the top. But watch this catch.
Wow.
There's very little space to catch Corral and finish.
Reminds me of the and one she had in the win against Indiana in Chicago.
Second team foul here for the Aces. Got to get to 5 to be in the bonus. Mabry looking for something, finds Reese, that's something. And Reese trying to make herself available, does on the post. Gets her first field goal to go.
Mobile and Wi-Fi provider of the Chicago Sky. Nothing has been more reliable.
Re-up, and in the if there's one thing to take away from this whole debacle, it's the shortcuts. Never work. You thought steroids were going to be your ticket to glory, but all they earned you was a lifetime suspension instead of grinding harder, getting better, and earning your spot. You chose the easy way out, and look where that's gotten you on the outside looking and watching while Caitlin Clark continues to dominate the game like she was born to do it, but someone who should have known better, but decided to wade into this chaotic mess. Teresa Witherspoon, that's correct, folks. The renowned Teresa Witherspoon, this is a name that used to have weight in the basketball world, is now getting dragged into this issue because she believed it was a good idea to condone and even encourage Angel Reese's dangerous behavior. And let's just say her actions haven't only ruined Angel's career, they've sent shockwaves through the whole WNBA, especially the Chicago Sky, who suddenly find it themselves at the center of an awful situation.
Splits the defenders. Shot blocked from behind by Angel Reese.
Leading scorer tied now with Skylar Diggins-Smith.
Reese, the flip shot with the right hand, no good, but gets her own rebound again, goes through traffic and scores. Angel Reese, high post to Agumake, flashes, probably shouldn't have put the ball on the deck because there were a lot of hands down there. Here's Allen with it.
Back to Harrison. Pump fakes inside. Reese flips it up with the left hand and scored.
Teresa Witherspoon has been lauded for her leadership and mentorship over the years, but somewhere along the way it appears like she lost the plot. Maybe you thought Angel was the Chicago Sky golden ticket back to the top, and you were willing to spend everything to get her there. But now look where it's put you, right in the midst of this steroid-fueled mess 3.
Inspiring team leader who excelled as a defender and a playmaker, Teresa Witherspoon was the heart and soul of the New York Liberty. She led New York to 4 WNBA Finals appearances, including in 1999 when she pulled off one of the most iconic plays in league history.
At the buzzer, a 3!
An inspiring team leader who excelled as a defender and a playmaker, Teresa Witherspoon was the heart and soul of the New York Liberty. She led New York to 4 WNBA Finals appearances, including in 1999 when she pulled off one of the most iconic plays in league history, a 3. Teresa Witherspoon, you were once a trailblazer, a legend. Applause. Yeah, baby, here we go, here we go, here we go.
Yeah, baby! Here we go, here we go!